Well, step one was to buy a boat. Step two, launch and land the drone from the boat. I've completed 1.5 steps.
I was gonna say I'm not giving you a full two on that one. That was, if you're looking at the video right now, that's Carrie having a full panic attack and Dennis saying swear words.
I launched it, no problem. Took right off, got out there, got some shots. I tried to program it to follow us around, and then I couldn't get it out of the program, therefore, I was unable to land it by hand. Once I figured out how to do that, I was able to get it back close enough to the boat. And then, with everything on the drone, all the safety features and everything, it was not going to allow me to land it. So I got back there by that platform and I grabbed it out of midair. Don't recommend doing that. I've seen plenty of videos of people hand catching it. I don't recommend it, but the drone lived to see another day, and there will be more videos. Kind of similar to what's going to happen here at the end of this one. We get some videos of the harbor where we're actually docked out in Lorraine on the Black River. Pretty cool night shots and stuff. But, anyways, back to the boat. This is a 2004 23-foot Rinker with a cuddy cabin. Price was right. The boat was super clean. We brought it home on a Saturday and probably cleaned it for about 4 hours, got some wax on it, and we were out that next day. This, of course, is not that video because we were still in training, figuring this thing out. But yeah, here we are. This is taking off out of our marina out of the Black River in Lorraine. There's a cool lighthouse out there, break wall that saves your butt from when Lake Erie gets kind of angry, but we've slowly found out that when the winds come out of the wrong direction, the river tends to back up and the marina fills up with even more water. And driftwood, of course. If anybody needs driftwood, let me know. I got you covered. Just shoot me a message. We'll get you covered. But overall, I'd say we're pretty happy with the boat, and we're learning pretty good. We are going out a little bit further each time. The only time I don't like it is when we got to go buy fuel because that hurts very badly. But yeah, what do you think?
I think your toys are getting a lot more expensive. So I don't know what's your next toy going to be. Because first it started in gimbals and cameras and fun things like that. Then we graduated to a drone. And now we're at a boat.
You
So I'm
forgot the DJI Osmo 3, which we're recording with right here.
we got that. So yeah, we have a lot of very expensive toys at this stage. And he was launching one of his expensive toys from the other expensive toy. So I guess stay tuned and see what he decides is a great idea next. Because I'm a little nervous. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
So this here, we decided to go east out of the Black River,
Mm-hmm.
and you go by Sheffield Lake, and this is Avon Lake right here. This is actually pretty much Carrie's backyard where she grew up.
Yeah, this is all within about, I'm not really exactly sure where these houses are, but I grew up 2 streets away from the lake. What you're looking at now is some of the lake houses. This was my view forever growing up. So I've definitely grown up on the lake. Love the lake. And I like being able to see it from a different angle now.
Yeah, it's cool seeing it from the other angle. You get to see some of these break walls. I know back some time ago, I did some work on one of these break walls, putting a privacy fence up, and it was absolutely crazy what these people do out there. I don't know what they do for a living. God bless them. They're very successful.
Yeah,
I
to be for the
don't.
record, I did not live in one of those houses. When my parents retired, they did buy a house on Lake Road, but it was on the south side of Lake Road. And I actually saw it peeking through one of these at one time. But we did, for very very clear record, we did not grow up on that side of the lake.
One thing's for certain, I would not want their heating bill in the wintertime.
I just know how much the land costs.
Could you imagine the lake freezes over, even though it hasn't in a couple of years here in the wintertime, and that wind comes out of the northwest a little bit and just,
Some reason I'm gonna say with the cost of the land there, the heating bill is not something that they're necessarily concerned with.
yeah, I highly
Price you
doubt
play
that.
though, it's amazing to live there.
But yeah, now that we have the boat, we can open this up to a whole new audience and some new friends and followers and subscribers here. And we've already done that already. Most of you know I've dropped several shorts and several teasers already, and we were actually finally comfortable enough that we took the equipment out on the boat with us, and we were able to catch some stuff here. It was kind of a dreary day. I think this was Sunday.
It was Sunday because I know we were, I don't know if it's later on in the video, we were shooting down to go to the old power plant in Avon Lake. So if that's on this video, we'll
Yeah,
talk about it.
that's coming up here
We'll talk
shortly.
about that then because it's kind of cool. Even if you look it up, search it and things, there's some pretty cool images of it.
Nice part about Sunday though, even though the sun really wasn't out per se, the lake was in a good mood, and it wasn't. We
It
weren't
was
getting
calm,
beat up.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't glass, but it was calmer. But we found out last night that the boat can handle 2 to 3 footers. We'll do that like once a month because that was kind of scary at times. But she handled it really well. I was surprised. It's got a 350 Mercury in the back of it, dual prop, dual pitch prop, I should say, not a dual prop. We only got one, but I thought it handled really well.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So what else we got coming up here?
Um, Houses. This is pretty much all here houses. I don't see the power plant yet or close to the power plant. Um, but it's fun just to kind of do this. I remember memories when we were kids. My parents were never boat people, so we did go out in boats a lot, but it was always going to be with friends and things like that. My parents were just not into that kind of stuff. But I know my mom always wanted to drive the other side of Lake Road and kind of peek into everyone's backyards. And that was something she always wanted to do. And I'm honestly not sure if she ever really got that opportunity, but it's fun to kind of see that. I don't know what you're showing here. I guess the cabin?
No, this is the part where I had you driving and I was filming.
Oh, that's brilliant ideas. I've also never driven a boat until
This was
2 weeks
probably your
ago.
third or fourth time here driving it, and I know you took off from a dead stop and got up to speed a little bit, but waves are starting to come in a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit more on the way back because he drove all the way out to Avon Lake, which in reference is probably 5 to 7 miles, I'd say. Not too far. Takes about 20 minutes. He went down. It was pretty calm, and he's like, "Why don't you take it back? Get it back to the river." So I said, "Okay," but the winds were starting to kick in, and it was like a crosswind, which is something I've never driven a boat in before, with my very very limited experience as that is. So it was a little bit different for me trying to figure out how to navigate it and get used to it, but it was a good experience because it you gotta try it to learn it, you
Yeah,
know.
you got to get it up to speed and then start laying off and figuring out where to plane that thing out at, where to get the nose at, crush through those waves. Not like last night. Last night I couldn't even figure it out.
Yeah, I wasn't driving last night.
Waves were slamming us so hard last night, but it's a good experience. And yeah, it is different driving a boat. It's not like driving a car. That rear end's gonna come around on you real quick.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. I have not taken it into the marina or anything like that, nor will I for at least a while, if ever. But
But part of my background too, my early 20s, I had some friends that had boats, and we were out skiing all the time, or we were down on the Ohio River doing something. I don't want to say constantly out on it, usually Saturdays and Sundays when it was warm, but I do remember a couple times that there was still ice on part of the lake. But we went out and water skied with wetsuits, of course. But anyway, this is Avon Lake Power Plant. You want to
yeah, so
fill us
this
in
would
on
have
this?
been, I think, Ohio Edison is what it was. The plant was actually shut down about a year, maybe two ago.
This was originally coal fired, right?
Yeah.
And then they switched. Did
They
they
switched
switch?
it over to natural gas. I don't know however many years ago, but anyone that's from Cleveland, anyone that's from Northern Ohio knows those smokestacks. They are historic. It's a navigational point. It's what I grew up thinking that's how clouds were made because they always had that it was steam. It wasn't like smoke coming out, but it was a steam because they would use the lake literally to cool down the generators. But I always when we were kids, that's what we were told. That's how they make clouds. So I mean, I don't remember a time in my life that's not a navigation point. Even when we were driving, as soon as you saw the smokestacks, you knew you were close to home. And it's still like that, but the plant was just decommissioned, and it is now in the process of being taken down. and they're going to make some kind of a park. There's not a final plan yet. But if you look it up, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of people saying that they're going to keep at least one smokestack because
Well, I hope so, because that's something that I look for
yeah,
out on the
it's
lake.
not something that people really, anyone else in any other part of the planet probably would say, why would you want to keep a smokestack? But it's just so iconic of the city that I really do hope they keep one.
Yes, although I just for the purpose of being out on the lake,
Yeah.
so we've got a general sense of direction.
Yeah.
But we are going to go ahead and wrap this up right now. We are going to have plenty more videos coming, I'm sure. We're going to go to the left, we're going to go to the right. We'll probably hit downtown Cleveland, probably Putin Bears, Cedar Point. We've got all kinds of options.
Cool thing with people that are not in Cleveland, Ohio, that are watching us with our cruise videos is at least it's going to be something different that you can see more from us that is not beaches and cruises. It's a little bit different of a beach here in Ohio, but we have a lot of fun. We have a bunch of islands out there. There's, like I said, you said Cedar Point, there's rivers, there's inlets, there's a lot of stuff to explore in Cleveland. So we're excited to take you guys along with our journey.
Well, we're going to go ahead here and leave you with some drone shots of, and this is basically the
That's
Black
pretty
River
Yeah.
and our marina, and then we zoom in on the boat, and we'll go over this on some other video because there's really a lot of stuff to do out here too that we'll be exploring soon. Appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you next time.